In the Small Business Edge, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is discovering how tech is improving business for small companies. Jordan Crenshaw, the Vice President of U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Tech Engagement Center, joins us now. Let's start off and talk about what are some key findings from your report.
So what we found in a recent report that we released is that technology platforms are critical for small business growth and survival. And according to our findings, 86% of small businesses said that technology helped them survive the COVID-19 pandemic, and 87% believe technology helped them grow despite those challenging circumstances. And as we shift now to dealing with rampant inflation, nearly 3 in 4 small businesses agreed that tech platforms help them limit cost increases and handle supply chain difficulties. And when it comes to small businesses utilizing tech such as digital advertising and business software and delivery apps, there's real economic benefits. Small businesses nationwide that utilize technology, they either directly employ or support the employment of nearly 100 million jobs in the U.S., and they contribute more than $17.7 trillion to the economy annually. So needless to say, tech is a tremendous force for good for America's small businesses.
How are social media, fintech, and apps helping to support small companies?
Well, social media is helping small businesses compete and reach customers that they previously wouldn't have been able to show their products to. In fact, 92% of small businesses said social media helped them find new customers. Delivery apps, which we're all increasingly using, such as an Instacart or Uber, are helping connect restaurants to grocery stores and connecting them directly to consumers. And it's helping create new jobs. 73% of small businesses that use delivery apps actually grew their workforce. Our study even found that 80% of Americans have actually used a payment app in the last month. And so think of the last time you went to the farmer's market, how many of the small businesses in their tents were using a Venmo or a Square. So payment technologies are really helping small businesses participate in our increasingly cashless society.
You are so right. I noticed that the people selling ice cream out of carts on the beach are taking Zelle. What effect has technology had on maybe a minority-owned or small business that's owned by a woman?
Well, technology has demonstrated an ability to improve entrepreneurial inclusion and is really serving as a great equalizer. For example, our study found that minority-owned businesses that were using 6 or more tech platforms actually experienced higher sales growth from 2020 to 2022 when compared to their peers who use significantly less tech. The same is true for businesses owned by women. Those who are high adopters of tech were able to hire more workers than their less enthusiastic tech counterparts. And I think I would note, too, that we want to make sure that we get policies in place that actually continue to promote this ecosystem and not hinder it. What we're seeing right now is that Congress is looking at potentially passing some data privacy legislation that could have a negative impact in terms of advertising and the ability for companies to reach out to consumers. And, one of our survey results found that 4 in 5 small businesses were worried that limiting access to data would harm their business operations. So we want to make sure that policymakers in Washington get things right, pass a truly national privacy bill that works for small business, encourage upskilling of the workforce, and also get policies in place that enable flexibility for workers in the gig economy. So if you'd like to learn more about the findings of our report or some of the policies that can really work to make the tech ecosystem and small business ecosystem thrive, I encourage you to visit www.americaninnovators.com.
Thank you so much for sharing all of your information with us today.
Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.